Non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are blowing up. Day after day, they are growing in popularity. But are they for real, or are they nothing but a scam? According to those who are familiar with them, they say that they are being regularly used for money laundering. Reportedly, those who use them do that to clean their dirty money. They do that by creating anonymous NFTs, listing them for sale on the blockchain, buying them from themselves with their anonymous illicit money, and then turning that money into legitimate currency. From what I have heard and read, the world of NFTs is a dirty world. A world where one can gain everything in a moment and then lose everything in another. An SMS message that read "Merry Christmas" was just sold by Vodafone at an auction in Paris in the form of a so-called non-fungible token or NFT for guess how much? 107,000 euros. That's the equivalent of $121,000.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thinker, but
If you've been reading the headlines about NFTs, you probably have so many questions to ask, starting with, what the heck is an NFT? NFTs are nothing but digital assets. They're like a receipt that's irreversible, meaning you cannot change it. They live on the blockchain. To make them comparable to something that you would already know, it's like going to a store and buying something, but the purchase that you made is unique. No one else has it, and the receipt has a unique number attached to it, a code that no one else can decode or change forever. Creating an NFT does two things. It provides proof of ownership and it guarantees scarcity. The scarcity is really the key part. If you want to sell something that exists only digitally, the problem that you'll be encountering is that all things digital can be infinitely copied. NFTs don't stop the copying, but they allow you to distinguish the copies from the originals. And they prove through the ledger that you own it, until of course you sell it. Does this make sense to you? Not yet? Well, stick around to find out more. There's a hell of a lot coming your way.
Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise around us. Or maybe it's just me.
There's been a lot of talk around NFTs lately. But if you're still scratching your head over what NFTs are, I don't blame you. The damn thing is so confusing. The entire culture around it gives me a headache. Like you, I started not knowing anything about NFTs until I finally decided to find out what's the big deal about them. In this documentary, I'll let you in on the big secret that only those who are making big money from NFTs know about it, and they are so desperately trying to hide it. Stick around till the end of this video to learn things that are going to blow your mind.
many classic memes were recently auctioned off for big bucks by their owners as NFTs. Saved onto a blockchain, NFTs or non-fungible tokens are minted by artists and then bought and sold online in curated markets like OpenSea, Foundation, and even at Sotheby's. NFTs are kind of like limited edition autographed virtual trading cards that allow for the tracking and monetizing of digital art such as GIFs, photos, videos, music, and yes, even memes.
The first time I heard about meme NFTs was when NyanCat creator Chris Torres sold NyanCat as an NFT for approximately $600,000 US at the time. And when we saw that, we were just absolutely shocked. It was such a milestone in internet history.
This jaw-dropping sale triggered a meme gold rush.
How much would you pay for this artwork? In March 2021, this art piece created by digital artist Beeple sold for over $69 million, becoming one of the most expensive works of art ever sold at an auction. The catch? Well, it doesn't exist yet, not physically at least. It's all thanks to a trend known as NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, and in recent years, it's taken the art scene by storm.
This piece is called Knockout. It was actually the first piece that I painted during 2021. So now this is the most expensive NFT that I've sold to date. I paired it with this physical piece. I sold it for the equivalent of about $17,000 US.
But NFT's astonishing growth has also led to deep skepticism over its market.
How it's currently being used at the moment is just one rolling series of mad tulip mania style bubbles. That's all it really is, together with some very ugly artwork.
Take this CryptoPunk art, for instance. In 2017, CryptoPunk 7523 was sold for just 8 Ether, worth $1,464 at the time. In 2021, the same artwork made headlines after selling for more than $11.7 million in a Sotheby's auction.
There aren't many other good investment options, particularly for younger people, because you can't afford to buy a house, you can barely afford to pay your rent, your job probably pays you peanuts, and the stock market is perceived as an insider's game. So why not put all your money into a digital lottery and see if you can't make $1 million overnight? Who knows, you could be the lucky one. Do you really want your pension tied up in an asset which can be worth $1,000 on Monday, $1 million on Tuesday, and $1,000 on Wednesday? Good luck retiring on that kind of presumed income flow. You can gain everything, you can lose everything.
What the hell's an NFT? Apparently cryptocurrency.
The ability to verify the provenance of a work of art has always been essential to the market. But how can you confirm ownership when the artwork doesn't exist in the physical world? That's where NFTs come in.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you in person.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for meeting.
And we showed together in Times Square, right?
We did. So you were part of Cube's Art Fair show. How crazy was that? It was amazing.
Yeah.
So since the campaign, a number of my clients talked to me about how I just literally needed to put everything else on hold to focus on NFTs. And I was like, okay, I'm busy enough as it is. Like, that's not even possible.
Right.
But then once I brought in this mentor, Crypto Sensei, and he started just kind of showing me what I could do with it, I was like, oh, okay, actually. Okay, so let's say now we have $400 of ETH in your account, and you're like, okay, I want to go mint, 3 NFTs tonight. Now, one of the things you have to keep in mind is with your images, you need to have, every platform has its own size requirements for the files or the NFTs that you're selling. So the platform that we're going to be using in this is OpenSea. Here's a couple, so like this is one of the pieces that I'll be dropping in the coming weeks.
What if you earned money not just the first time you sold your artwork, but every time? A royalty payment triggered by each secondary sale built into the NFT. So, NFTs are making the art world more accessible, and that's a good thing. But I'm still struggling with the idea that you can spend millions of dollars on a work of art that you can't actually touch with your own hands, that can be reproduced endlessly at the touch of a button, and that everybody else can see anytime they like.
I think you're looking at is a 1999 internet moment. Let me explain. I'm gonna give you the prediction right now, because I'm old and I see the patterns. This next 6 to 12 months, greed will take over. Everybody will put out NFTs. People will buy, trade, sell, steal, rip off, try to trick you and do the wallet. There'll be so much happening. Some people will make fast money. It will collapse. There is an absolute guaranteed NFT winter coming.
Hi, I'm Amy of the Kochi Academy, and I'm going to tell you what NFTs essentially are. They're tokens. They're anything electronic. They are normally JPEGs or digital images that people, for some strange reason I still cannot fathom, are willing to spend a lot of money to own. They're traded via the blockchain and contain a little bit of information within their code. This is usually info that says that you own it and how much you bought it for. That's what fungible means. It's irreplaceable, one of a kind. It cannot be traded with something else. Still confused? Let me make it a bit clearer for you. Remember those registries where you could buy a star and name it after a loved one, and they'll send you a certificate saying you own that star? NFTs are something like that. The NFT would be a bit like the certificate saying you own it, even though it's shared over the internet, and the original owner still has the raw file of whatever they sent you. What's mind-boggling is that anyone who comes across your one-of-a-kind NFT can simply right-click their mouse and save it to their computer. That easy. Still sounds crazy to you? Wait till you find out what's actually being traded as NFTs. You're not going to believe this.
If you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you.
Hi, my name is Brian from the Kochi Academy, and I'm going to make this even more simple for you. Have you ever heard of Logan Paul? If you've ever been on YouTube, you must have. Logan Paul is an American YouTuber with more than 23 million subscribers. Believe it or not, people bought 15 seconds clips of his YouTube videos for up to $20,000. Yes, you heard me right. People bought clips of a video that is already up on YouTube, where they could watch it for free, for more money than what my car is worth. The video is of him opening Pokemon card packs.
Sorry, I didn't want to do that.
Oh my God.
I know. Mike!
Oh no! Really? That's the problem. Alright, so we came to Las Vegas with a lot of cash and no security, so if you ever wanted to rob me, now would be the time. But unfortunately, by the time you're watching this video, there's a good chance we've probably spent it at the casino. Yeah! Just kidding. We're actually here to, and I'm kind of like embarrassed to say this, buy yeah, you guessed it, a Pokemon card. Or attempt to buy anyway. Okay, so Pawn Stars, the show. We all know it, we all love it. About 3 years ago, a guy named Gary went on the show. He had like a beautiful Charizard collection. He wanted $500,000 for it. The guy said no. Today, that collection is worth $5 million. He is one of the biggest Pokemon collectors in the world, and he lives here in Las Vegas. He has a card I really want. Actually, he has two of them. They're the only two in the world. It is a BGS 10. Pristine, golden, first edition Charizard. Now, I've actually tried to buy a 10 Charizard from him before, and he actually told me he'd never sell it. And I'm not good at taking no for an answer, so I've come here to Las Vegas today to give Gary an offer that he can't refuse. Baby, you got it. I know what you're thinking, this is stupid, right? You're paying $250,000 for a piece of cardboard, and you're right. Pokemon is blowing up. I have no doubt in my mind this card will be worth $1 million between 2 and 3 years from now. They're called appreciating assets. I'm done buying Lamborghinis. I'm done buying stuff that won't make me money. Baby, you got it.
And that's not the worst of it. Someone bought a Gucci Ghost picture for $3,600, and they're now asking $16,300 for it. That's a 353% price increase for a picture that I can easily get by right-clicking my mouse and selecting Save As, absolutely free. Unlike the fine art market, where you can buy an original Monet or Rembrandt for millions of dollars, people are spending thousands of dollars, could be even millions, on Beanie Babies and trading cards. Someone even spent over $46,000 on a picture of a pet rock. What's worse? All this nonsense uses 10 times the amount of electricity that normal cryptocurrencies use. One NFT transaction uses on average 35 kilowatts. If you like analogies, this is roughly enough electricity to power a fridge for an entire month. Selling 2 NFTs generates about the same amount of greenhouse gases as a US family home generates in 21 years. Go figure. Believe it or not, NFTs are causing a climate crisis for a stupid art that people just pretend, that they own. And no one is doing a damn thing about it. And I haven't even touched yet on the ethical issues of encouraging those under 18 to enter the NFT market, one that is rife with scams, money laundering, rip-offs and cons. While researching the content of this documentary, we, at the Kochi Academy, came across cases where artists promised to deliver NFT projects, only to disappear into thin air after receiving payment, never to be heard from them again. In one of the cases, an artist sent random emojis from their phone instead of the real NFT after receiving the equivalent of $138,000 in cryptocurrency. Wait, don't go away, this is just the start of what's yet to come.
Looking for a rental car? Find the perfect one at discovercars.com. Compare more than 500 car rental companies all over the world. We are proud to be highly rated by our customers. Book your perfect rental car at discovercars.com.
Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise around us.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again. But life is one big riddle.
While only a few people are able to understand what NFTs actually are, that hasn't stopped the NFT market from soaring in 2021. Hi, I'm Matthew of the Kochi Academy, and I'm going to share with you some statistics that will blow your brain. According to DappRadar, which tracks NFT sales, the global market value of NFTs hit $23 billion as of December 2021, compared to just $100 million in 2020. How did this happen? Most of the surge was the result of big businesses entering the fray. Coca-Cola raised more than $575,000 from selling items such as a customized jacket to be worn in the metaverse world of Decentraland. Hollywood, sports celebrities and big brands like Gucci, Nike, and Adidas also made their dent in the space. Football fans have been targeted with NFT marketing backed by former big players, such as England's John Terry and Wayne Rooney. The most valuable NFT sale in 2021 was The First 5,000 Days, a digital collage by Beeple, the name used by the American digital artist Mike Winkelmann. It was auctioned for $69.3 million in March 2021, making it one of the most valuable pieces of art ever sold by a living artist. Another Beeple NFT, called Human One, sold for $29 million. Then you have the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It is a collection of 10,000 NFTs represented as cartoon primates that are used as profile photos on the social media accounts of their owners. They raised $26.2 million, mainly by celebrity owners, including talk show host Jimmy Fallon, and rapper Post Malone. NFTs also arrived at famous traditional art auction houses like Christie's and Sotheby's. While NFTs aren't at the same level as cryptocurrencies, even meme coins like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, they're big enough to be more valuable than many publicly traded companies. NFTs are now worth more than Nissan and Domino's Pizza combined, according to Yahoo Finance's December 18, 2021 online issue. But how did a simple craze turn digital images into a $23 billion online business? And more importantly, will this digital gold rush be able to sustain itself in the future? That's the multi-million dollar question, which stopped Matrix star Keanu Reeves from keeping a straight face when told about NFTs. Watch his reaction when the interviewer told him that his Matrix film series now had NFTs attached to it.
Did you guys see the Matrix NFT thing that they did for Resurrections just a couple days ago? They made NFTs for the new movie, and there were like 100,000 of them, and the site broke like in the first few hours because there were over 300,000 people in the queue trying to buy these NFTs for $50. And so like when you think about the concept of digital scarcity and things that are, they can't be copied.
That are easily reproduced.
Well, but they're not the same, right? It's not a fake version of you.
I wonder do we get a cut of that? Oh no, I don't think we're in them. They probably did other people.
You have to take that up with the studio.
Clarity. 'Cause there's too much noise around us. Or maybe it's just me. It's trash out in the sea.
Think how wonderful this is. In exchange for a cryptocurrency token, you can now own a digital watercolor painting of Melania Trump's eyes. Even the former First Lady of the United States launched a venture this week selling her own NFTs on her website in exchange for Solana tokens, currently valued at around $180 each. An irony-free statement from her office said it is a breathtaking watercolor art by Marc-Antoine Coulon, and embodies Mrs. Trump's cobalt blue eyes, providing the collector with an amulet to inspire. By doing that, she's now joined a growing list of celebrities offering lucrative digital memorabilia, including Argentinian footballer Lionel Messi, Jamaican athlete Usain Bolt, singer Justin Bieber, and K-pop group BTS. Her announcement was met not only with sarcasm, but also with doubt. Richard Hine, a novelist, commented on Twitter, "I'm not saying most NFTs are scams operated by grifters and money launderers. I'm just saying Melania Trump is launching an NFT. NFTs are being used regularly for money laundering. Reportedly, those who use them to clean their dirty money do that by creating an anonymous NFT, listing it for sale on the blockchain, buying it from themselves with their anonymous, illicit money, and then turning that money into legitimate and usable currency. And then the dirty money, all in crypto of course, would keep transferring through anonymous wallets before being converted back into actual money. The world of NFTs is a dirty world, a world where one can gain everything, or one can lose everything. This is one reason why many remain skeptical about it. It has grown too big, too fast, with NFT trading volumes growing 38,000% year over year.
Over the last 10 years, millions of people have switched to low-carbohydrate, ketogenic diets in order to get lean, stay healthy, and live their best lives. But what about our dogs? Even more than for their human companions, the evidence is clear that dogs live their best lives when they eat as few carbohydrates as possible. Best of all, your dog will love it, guaranteed. So for a delicious, wholesome pet food with the carbohydrate content of a raw diet, but the cost and convenience of a kibble, try Ketona by Keto Natural Pet Foods. The modern pet food industry is nothing more than a house of carbs. At Keto Natural, we're committed to tearing it down.
Clarity. 'Cause there's too much noise around us.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time.
No. NFTs are not a new artistic medium in the way that oil painting, printmaking, photography or video art were. Even digital art, which is just art made on a computer, pre-existed NFTs by decades. NFTs are financial instruments. They make it easier to sell digital files by creating scarcity. But you can also do other things with NFTs. For instance, you can divide an NFT into fractions and sell it as shares. If it goes up in value, so will the shares. The companies already doing this promote it as a way to democratize art ownership and investment. In a complex, incentivized sale that points to the gamification of the NFT art market, more than 28,000 buyers spent a total of $91.8 million to acquire 266,445 shares of a digital work called The Merge in early December 2021. NFTs have already transformed the art world. Whether they will continue to do so or not, that's another issue. But for now, the boom continues. Unless
what? Watch this next chapter to find out.
NFT buyers are like investors, or so they think. The better their project does, the better they do. They bet their money on the organizers' long-term plans for growth. But not all of them succeed, especially if they were scammed. The KGB style. According to the famous magazine The Rolling Stone December 17th issue, a huge scam left fans who bought Tekashi 6ix9ine backed NFTs totally pissed. The 6 Trolls holders, who spoke with Rolling Stone, say these developers may have just been orchestrating a cash grab, or what's called a rug pull in the NFT world, all along. By the way, for those not familiar with the term, a rug pull is a malicious maneuver in the cryptocurrency industry where crypto developers abandon a project and run away with investors' funds, according to CoinMarketCap. All of them feel confused and full of distrust, especially since the moderators have disappeared, says Rolling Stone. Scammers are making promises they're not delivering on, and they're doing it like clockwork, the magazine was told. Every month, some celebrity co-signs something, and people are getting screwed, and there are no legal repercussions for any of this. That's the bigger issue at play. Back in October, mere days ahead of the launch, 6ix9ine and himself promoted the Trolls NFT collection in an Instagram post that has since been taken down.
Watch, clock, cock, got it, you need that, I got it, there's cash, my pockets, there's cash, 100, you need that, I got it, need it, got it, cash, pockets, bands, on me, sticks, on me, you need that, I got it, there's cash, my pockets, there's cash, 100, you need that, yeah, she like I told him right,
The project, which was immediately met with questions about its legitimacy, was billed at the time as an effort that would see a total of $100,000 going to various charity groups. Token owners, meanwhile, would receive royalties. One fan, a 26-year-old crypto investor whom the Rolling Stone identified only as Jacob, said the project turned out to be a huge scam, one in which he invested an estimated $40,000. It's believed that 100,000 others may have also been scammed.
In the November 21st issue of Digital Music News, computer scientist Ant Style says NFTs are only valuable as tools for money laundering, tax evasion, and greater fool investment fraud. There is zero actual value to NFTs. Their sole purpose is to create artificial scarcity of artwork to supposedly increase its value. That assessment is the core argument as to whether NFTs are a scam or not. On December 1, 2021, the New York Times cited the latest example of art market disruption. A prominent former auction executive teamed up with cryptocurrency experts in May to purchase the 2005 Banksy painting Love is in the Air for $12.9 million and now plans to sell off 10,000 pieces of it as NFTs. The executive, whom the newspaper identified as Loic Gouza. Remember him, the guy who upended the traditional auction format while he was at Christie's, most notably orchestrating the sale of a $450.3 million Leonardo da Vinci painting in a contemporary art auction in 2017. That same guy has now helped found the company Particle, a platform that merges art and technology with the goal of reaching a broader pool of potential buyers. Longtime collectors remain skeptical of NFTs, and art experts say the Particle enterprise is just the latest iteration of a virtual art world that has yet to be proven. The Banksy painting Love is in the Air, which features the image of a bomb thrower hurling a bouquet of flowers, was divided into a 100 by 100 grid, resulting in 10,000 unique squares, or particles, which will be sold as NFTs for about $1,500 each.
On December 3, 2021, A British security think tank warned NFTs could bolster money laundering schemes. The Royal United Services Institute's report said, this technology can raise alarm bells from a money laundering and financial crime perspective. The report called NFTs a new frontier for money laundering. The New York Times also explained that there is an urgent need to investigate the secret art market. Secrecy has long been part of the art market's mystique, the report said, and an art heist is possible within the NFT realm. NFT art theft is becoming a huge problem. Many comic artists have become so sick and tired of having their work stolen that they decided to shut down their galleries on online art communities. It's a huge problem that isn't talked about much. Many NFTs circulating online are the result of copyright theft. Even late comic book legend Stan Lee, remember him, he passed away back in 2018, has gotten sucked into the NFT craze, and from beyond the grave. His official Twitter account was being used to sell an NFT in the form of an image of the superhero Chakra the Invincible last week. In short, the NFT marketplace is still riddled with scams, not to mention money laundering, that leaves thousands of crypto enthusiasts out in the cold. Despite the risks, the tokens are more popular than ever before, with the likes of Nike and Melania Trump jumping on the bandwagon. And that could bode badly for artists trying to make a living from their art.